Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be working on fan art, a fan art of Hatsune Miku, but not just any Miku. I'm gonna draw the one-side tail Miku that's been all over the internet lately. Surely you've seen at least one drawing of her like this, or of someone's original character in this sort of pose and hairstyle. From what I know, and please correct me if I'm wrong, these all started when someone on Twitter posted a picture of their Miku figure with what seems to be a missing or broken twin tail. And just like that, the whole art community started to draw it, I guess in an attempt to show her the owner of that broken figure with some love, because honestly, that one-side tail Miku looks cute as heck. But before I say anything else, please let me thank my amazing supporters from Patreon. It's people like you who are helping me go back to making tutorials and new types of videos. If you want to join the family too, you just have to head over to my Patreon and pick a tier to hop in. You can get my custom Clip Studio Paint brushes there, drawing bases, be the first to see all of my art and tutorials, and more perks. So go check it out later. I'll leave you the link in the description or somewhere around the corners of the screen right now for easy access. Wink wink. So I wanted to join this trend too because I've been feeling so inspired by all the fan art that started flooding my timelines on every social media. And it's also been a while since I drew Miku. The last one was around January when Pixiv hosted that art contest with Rosuri's beautiful design. Oh my god, that color palette is pure bliss. So yeah, I wanted to draw her again. It's been 6 months or so since the last time, long enough to revisit the character again. Miku's one of those characters that I don't mind drawing at all because her outfits are usually simple enough to not give me a headache, but not too simple to be boring or feel too easy. I was a big Vocaloid fan many years ago. That time might have passed, but I still enjoy many of their songs. So there's definitely a nostalgic thing about drawing her. Since this drawing is part of a trend with a very specific pose, I didn't have to do any initial brainstorming this time, which made the sketching process easier than on some of my other artworks. But I gotta admit that I struggled with the shape of the eyes. I know this is a meme thing and we can have artistic freedom and change things as we fit, but there's just something about the gaze from the original figure that I just loved. Because it's kind of a mix between shyness and naughtiness, kind of like an oops, I did it again vibe. And I wanted to display exactly that. Not another emotion, but that exact one. So I had to play with the shape of the eyes a little more than what I'm used to. Try to make them more almond-like in shape rather than my usual round style. I also could have just painted over the sketch, to be honest. I've been enjoying that kind of painting process lately, but I intended to use this video for a Patreon tutorial that ended up not happening because I'm a dummy and I clearly can foresee how many hours something is going to take me. But it's fine, I don't hate the result in the end. The lines and coloring feel very crisp, almost cel shading like, which is funny considering I painted it with watercolor tools mostly. I can't believe I used to be afraid of soft brushes like this and of painting in one layer years ago. Nowadays, it's starting to almost feel like a second nature somehow. I think I'm now reaching a point where I don't know if I can do cel shading like before. Gosh, why does that have to be so unpredictable? Why can't I just pick a style and be happy with it for the rest of my life? Anyway, back to the drawing. I was not ambitious enough to make a super detailed background or highly complex light because, again, this was supposed to be part of a video tutorial to talk about my drawing process, so I wanted to keep things simple. So I left the background empty because I can. There's nothing wrong with white backgrounds. They can work as fine as the most detailed ones. And if you don't believe me, you should head over to my Patreon to watch one of my newest tutorials, where I show you several ways to make simple backgrounds to bring your illustrations together without dying in the process. Shameless promotion, yes, I know, but I truly think it's a useful video. I know I hate working on backgrounds, pretty sure you do too, and it has taken me my whole life to come up with ways to make them less troublesome. So I put all that knowledge together in one video so you don't have to struggle for so long. But yeah, I decided to go for something simple on the background and bring all the attention to Miku's face and her beautiful hair. Hence the dramatic lighting that I drew all over it. And now I have a very serious and important question to ask you. And let me warn you, our friendship is on the line here, so think carefully before answering. Are you a blue-haired Miku artist or a green-haired Miku artist? Huh? As if I could talk. I couldn't pick which color to go for, so I just tried to do something in between. I'd say I'm more blue team, but honestly, it depends on a bunch of things like the outfit and the vibe I'm trying to achieve with the artwork, so don't worry, I won't bite you if you don't agree. Anyhow, this was all for today. I hope you had fun watching or listening to this video. Are you going to draw one side-tailed Miku too? Or were you faster than me and you've already drawn her? I wouldn't be surprised because I always make it late to the party. Well, have a nice day, keep on drawing and practicing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!